You see, all of us are going to awaken, but not all of us are going to arise. Only those that have the power of Christ can arise. Some who don't will descend into the second death, an eternal grave. And how does it happen? Revelation 20 tells us how it happens. This is John's vision. And he said, I saw the dead, the great and the small, standing before the throne. Then books were opened, and another book was opened, the book of life. So the dead were judged by what was written in the books according, look at these words, according to their deeds. There are some people in our community who are not saved, they are not Christians, and they are better people than me. I'm not bragging about that, but it's true. To my eternal shame, there are people who are not Christians, but who live better lives. What do I mean when I say that? They're kinder to people than I am. They are less provocative. They do a good job of living at peace with all men, far better than I do. There are people who are unsaved who are more honest than me. They're more generous, and they're better servants. This reality that there are unsaved people who are better people than saved people, what does it do? It leads them to feel good about their condition. And why? Because this is what they say. They say, comparing themselves to us, I'm better than they are. So if those people are so sure that they're going to heaven, I'm better than they are, so surely I'm going to get into heaven. Can I tell you that makes complete logical sense to me from a worldly perspective? And I get why people think that. But there is one critical error, and you saw it in the book of Revelation, that comes along with that. When they said those words, judged according to their deeds. It's right there in the passage. You are not my standard of goodness that I have to match up with. And I am not your standard of goodness to get into heaven. You don't have to be better than me to get into heaven. And I don't have to be better than you to get into heaven. What is the standard of goodness that we have to meet in order to enter into heaven? God. He's the standard. You want admittance into His kingdom? Your deeds must be as good as He is. How many of us measure up there? I know I don't. You see, this is why Scripture says that all of our righteousness, the best things that we do compared to the glory of God, is what? Filthy rags. That's the best. Your deeds, they may look great compared to me, but compared to the Father, compared to the glory of God, filthy rags. And you say to me, well, okay, but so are yours. Yep, nailed it. And that's exactly why this is what's going to unfold the day that I stand before the throne. I will be there, and that book will be opened, and all of my deeds are going to start to be read off. All of those things that I kept hidden from all of you for so long, all of my evil and wicked thoughts that I didn't tell anybody I was having, and they're just going to be laid out there in front of everybody. And then all of the great stuff that I think that I've done, we start reading through that, and it looks pathetic in the light of the glory of God. You know what I'm going to do? The only thing I can do, I'm going to fall on my knees, and I'm going to say, Father, I plead no contest. I am not here based on my own deeds. I can never earn admittance into your kingdom. Father, no contest. But I'm with Him. I'm with Him. And at that moment, Jesus Christ is going to stand up, and He's going to stand between me and the judgment seat of the throne. And He's going to say, Father, let me tell you who this is. This is Peter. He's one of mine. And based on the work of Christ, His finished work, I'm going to be ushered into paradise, not based on my deeds. They would never earn me the way in, based only on the blood and the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. And can I tell you what's going to happen at that moment? Those people in our community who are better people than me, they're going to start seeing their deeds are never going to get them in either. And they're going to see me being ushered through, and they're going to say, I'm with Him too. And then what's going to happen? Jesus is going to turn and look and say, I'm sorry, I never knew you. You see, this friend...